This is MotoGP 25. We're here on the PlayStation 5 Pro. The game is indeed enhanced. PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced. MotoGP 25. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. Alright, let's dive in and talk about this iteration of the bike racing game and experience. So what you get here is everybody's favorite advancement for temporal scaling. And you get to enjoy the intense action of driving around on bikes across a variety of different environments, setups, and locations, whether you're doing something like the championship, a Grand Prix, doing little mini bikes like we're doing right now, which is kind of funny. I thought would be, a good way to kind of open this up, or competing online, or competing locally, or facing off against the AI, or just setting up matches to race across a bunch of different environments. There is a lot to, I guess, enjoy and race and compete with in this latest iteration of, well, the game, right? They've been doing this for many, many years. I think like every few years or something like that, I randomly get like a code that pops up where it's like, hey, check this out, and then, I take a look at it, and this one, obviously not that case because we're checking it out so late into the season, but, yeah, definitely not the strongest bike racing guy, but doing all right, I would say. I mean, I've definitely lost all my position on this one, but that's okay. So you're able to kind of jump in. You can create a rider and customize things, and then make your way through whatever part of the game you want to do. Do you want to compete with other people or just play by yourself? The choice is totally up to you and what kind of setup you want there. Powered by good old Unreal Engine 5, which seems to be the case for literally every racing game and stuff now, which is making them look better visually, but also making them look quite similar in a lot of ways. But pretty sure it just eases development a lot for some of these studios, and that seems to be the direction for all of this kind of stuff that we're getting here. Yeah. Oh, and there's also quick modes. I mean, quick modes are just kind of what I do when I play racing games or sports titles. That's just kind of what I'm into. Just go in and do a bunch of races and enjoy stuff. But obviously, for those that want the more extensive seasonal stuff that take the biking a lot more seriously, you get all of that here as well, right? Which is quite exciting. So with the engine adjustments, obviously you get the more modern feature sets, so you get much improved physics and simulation elements of the game. There are, of course, a lot of assist options and difficulty setting tunings that you can do to make this easier. And it opens with like an onboarding tutorial that you can do as well. That'll teach you the ropes of the motorcycling, because this is a lot harder to do compared to doing something like a car or whatever, because the bikes are on the two wheels. And I can't believe this happened to me. How did I fall off? How? Why? And then there's the rewind. If you press R1, you can go back in time, pause time, go forward in time. 12 players online, lots of different options. So from a more technical standpoint, this one is obviously, like I mentioned, going to be Unreal, temporally scaled, and it's going to be a 4K resolution target at 60 FPS with HDR support. It's just providing a higher resolution with the Pro version of the game, so more towards a native picture. But of course, with all this stuff, it's you kind of get what you get for limitations of technology with the hardware and whatnot, but you definitely do get a clearer, higher resolution picture quality when you do this. Which I think actually does look quite decently nice. Like, I think visually it's actually like a pretty clean and sharp game. The backdrops look fine, the road and everything is okay. Kind of your standardized racing game in the modern era. I can't believe that I'm actually pretty bummed out about that. Like I was doing well, and I should have went back in time. see, 3 laps, okay. There's lots of little settings for things on this one. Flat, mini bikes, 4 dedicated tracks, across 2 original environments. Oh yeah, let's do it. Becoming a legend, your biker's evolution, your career turning points that you earn. Big sound overhaul for this year's version too. Wonder if they just took this technology here for this type of racing from, because don't they also do the motocross game, the Monster Energy one? Is that the same company? And they do a lot of the racing titles, because I feel like it's very similar to that. You can really feel it with the DualSense controller, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it's definitely a pretty good looking game. Oh, did I fall off the bike? I don't think so. Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, I mean, I think this runs pretty well. Not really sure what else you were would be expecting out of this one as far as like bike racing and stuff. You get bikes, you get riders, you get tracks, you get visual perspectives. You get a large list of options for how you want to compete. Not really sure what else you can get here. I gotta say, this is probably my best showcase of this game. Usually I'm like flopping around all the time. It's kind of funny. Then again, these bikes are I handle better than other bikes. That is for sure. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of fine. Well, that was not fine. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go back in time and clean myself up from doing this. Oh, and there's like full crossplay, which I don't think is too surprising these days. All of these games have it kind of baked in there. Actually, I guess at the point of this coming out, we should be... I don't know if we'd be close to the next year's season kind of coming, but... be on the horizon. Maybe I'll get back into covering these, I don't know. Yeah, I used to just get... it must have been like a PR change or something. Usually I just like would randomly open my email box and be like, oh, this year's version. Okay, check it out. Do a video on it and stuff. Some of those actually did pretty well for me over the years, but people were always like, oh, you're terrible at the racing, and I was like, that's fair. Those guys are just standing there, I guess. They must be broken. It happens, you know. You go out there, you hit a wall, and you're just, as an athlete, you just get emotionally broken to the point where you can't do anything. You just stand there, looking at the wall, not doing anything, idling as if your AI is broken. It ain't easy out there for competitors, I'll tell you that much. No. It's very emotionally traumatizing, and it's like, whether or not you can handle athleticism is a whole thing altogether, right? It is fascinating that there's so many different disciplines of, like, bike racing. Yeah, that makes sense, like, there's so many different bike-type games, and it's like, I don't know anybody that does this. in my day-to-day, like, I don't know anyone that does this kind of stuff. Or even heard of someone that's like someone's cousin or something that does this sort of stuff. I haven't even heard about that. Must just be other parts of the world. Yeah, that's what it must be. It's just not big where I am, which is totally fair. And I'm just kind of like, well, what is this stuff? Who does this? Looks like, yeah, more people are joining the wrecking crew of broken racing folk. I mean, it happens, you know. You race, you go too hard, and that's what happens. You just break down, and you look against the wall into the abyss. They call it the abyss moment of bike racing. Everybody that does bike racing knows that, obviously. Anyways, non-commentary gameplay.
Welcome back everyone, we're here again for this. We are live from the grid where the teams are completing their last checks on the bikes. Soon the riders will take full control. We're just moments away from the start. This circuit has unique characteristics and Marc Marquez has shown he knows how to adapt to them better than anyone else. He's in pole position in the race that will start in a few moments. the riders perform their final laps, let's take a look at the fans' passion is always contagious, and after a sprint like this, they're left wanting more. Luckily, the weekend isn't over. We'll be seeing these three riders on the podium competing again on this magnificent circuit. The start, Marc Marquez starting from pole position is the big favourite. Just a few moments more until the lights go out and the riders will start from the grid.